Hi, this is Steve from Morager Financial Solutions. And before I get started, I always wonder who is watching my videos. If you're enjoying these videos, if you're not enjoying these videos, let me know why. And if you have any questions, if you have anything you'd like me to talk about, please do let me know. So today I want to talk about pricing. And pricing is a really interesting subject. Many of us don't think it is because we see a price for a product or service and we think, well, okay, that's reasonable. That's about what I'd pay. Or there's any number of different reactions one might have. I love the idea of a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee that is sold for $5 to many seems more attractive compared to a cup of coffee that's sold for 75 cents, even though they're essentially the same cup of coffee. That cup of coffee that costs $5, with all of the hassle to get to the coffee shop, wait around, that beautiful cup of coffee probably could have been made at home for the same amount of money. So there are things that are added to items that we buy that aren't necessarily rational. They're things that we buy them because we're social animals, for instance. We like going out to a coffee shop. That adds value to it. One of the interesting things about pricing is that it's the final sort of signal to a buyer. And what I mean by that is a buyer will have, they will have a sense of, I need something, or your company has done a great job at advertising, marketing, and you've let the buyer know that that's available. And so they know that there's a product or service that's available. So that's fine. So then they need to get to the place where they accept that they need it in their life, that they're interested in it. And then they need to get closer. And every one of these, it's almost like they're getting closer and closer and closer to you, selling the one that's selling that product or service. And so they get close enough with all of the information, with all of the, I need that, that seems like a great thing. And then they get close enough to the point where the final signal, the final communication from the seller to the buyer is the price. And that price can do any number of things to a buyer. A price that is too low, interestingly enough, for professional services, for a lot of different things. If the price is too low, people think something is wrong with it. Let's say there's a TV that could be manufactured for $150, and that same TV is sold under a different label for $600. That happens all the time. It's simply a different label. There's literally nothing different about that. But people, there's some sections of demographics that will not buy the $150 TV. It goes on and on. All of those things. Funny things such as the way a price is created. $100 seems much more expensive to some than $99.99. It's the way that the price is read from left to right. Adding that penny seems like obviously it's not that much of a difference, but the difference in perception is the difference. There's things there are products that attach themselves to experiences. Miller Time, right? Miller Time is the perfect example of that. And they did a fantastic job. They attached their beer, 5 ingredients, right? That's all beer is about I think 5 ingredients. But they attached it to the experience of parties. So if you have a party, then you have this beer is going to bring you that experience. There are some companies that have done a fantastic job. Woolite, they took themselves out of the detergent business and put themselves into a completely different business of the alternative to dry cleaning. And so they charged accordingly. They didn't charge detergent prices. They charged a little bit less than what the dry cleaning would cost. So there's all of these things, and so much is perception. And I wanted to start this series with a bit of an introduction. so that we can talk about some of the complexities, some of the things where when a price is put in front of a buyer, potential buyer, they will look at it in so many different ways, rational or not, and different demographics will look at it differently. So when we go in with companies and we talk about pricing, we look at all of the different theories about pricing. Look at every single one, see which one can affect their pricing. And then we come to the best price. And so we're going to talk about all of these different models of pricing and how to create the best price possible. So, well, anyway, look forward to hearing from you if you decide to reach out. Again, this is Steve from Morriger Financial Solutions, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Cheers.